ISIS plot against the Vatican is stopped. Noah's Ark sails again, and scientists think they've proved that free will in humans is just an illusion. This is SkyWatch TV for Monday, May 2nd, 2016. I'm Derek Gilbert. First up, Puerto Rico is set to default on its debt. The island's Governor Alejandro Garcia Padilla said they owe about $422 million for bonds that matured yesterday, but there's no money to pay. And the island is appealing to Congress for a bailout. Puerto Rico's total debt runs about $72 billion, which includes $44 billion in unfunded pension liability for government employees that have retired. Now, this matters because what happens in Puerto Rico is not going to stay in Puerto Rico, especially if Congress doesn't deal with this intelligently. There may be other states lining up for a bailout as well. For example, my home state of Illinois, which as of December had $111 billion in unfunded pension liability. Across the ocean, NATO sending troops to the Russian border. 4 brigades, that's about 4,000 soldiers, taking up positions in Poland and the 3 Baltic states, Lithuania, Estonia, Latvia. 2 battalions from the U.S., 1 each from Germany and the U.K. Now, according to a 1997 agreement between NATO and Russia, a large permanent formation of NATO soldiers on the Russian border is prohibited. A spokesman for NATO in Brussels says that because NATO troops will be rotating in and out on a regular basis, this doesn't count as a permanent deployment. In Iraq, ISIS strikes again in the heart of Shia territory. A car bomb in the southern city of Samawa Sunday, about 140 miles south of Baghdad, killed 32, injured 75 more. Meanwhile, Shia protesters left Baghdad's green zone after a 2-day sit-in. Supporters of the Shia cleric Muqtada al-Sadr broke down the barriers around the green zone, stormed parliament on Saturday. They're upset at delays in forming a new technocratic government. Now, why technocrats? Apparently, they're tired of doing without power and running water, while Iraqi politicians inside the green zone are diverting public money to build mansions. Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi has lost the confidence of most in the country. His government is widely seen as incompetent and or corrupt. It ranks, Iraq does, 161st out of 168 countries on Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index. 161st puts it in a tie with Libya, which actually has no government at all right now. Police in Italy issued warrants for 6 people over the weekend, wanted for reportedly wanting to carry out attacks on the Vatican and the Israeli embassy in Rome. 4 have been arrested. The other 2, a husband and wife, are still at large. 5 of the 6 are Moroccans. The 6th, the wife who's on the run, is an Italian. Now, this news just makes the forthcoming book by Tom Horn and Chris Putnam that much more timely. The book titled The Final Roman Emperor, the Islamic Antichrist, and the Vatican's Last Crusade. It'll be released later this month. We'll tell you more about the book and how you can get it at the end of this program. Meanwhile, in Israel, frustration appears to be growing on the part of some in Jerusalem over what they see as indifference by the Netanyahu administration over deteriorating conditions, especially security conditions in the city. A deputy mayor of the city, who lives in the Pisgat Ze'ev neighborhood in northeast Jerusalem, told Israel National News that firebombing has become a matter of routine in her neighborhood and that members of Hamas are moving into the East Jerusalem neighborhood of Shuafat, an Arab neighborhood just across the border, or that borders on Pisgat Ze'ev. Noah's Ark getting ready to sail again, sort of. A replica built by a Dutch Christian organization will be towed across the ocean on a barge, arriving in Brazil just in time for the Summer Olympics. The builder was a contractor, millionaire Johan Huybers, who spent about $4 million to build the replica. It's 5 stories tall, 95 feet wide, 410 feet long, could fit about 5,000 people. But as big as that sounds, that's only half the size of the actual ark, according to the biblical dimensions. It's built with American cedar and pine. Apparently, gopher wood is not available in Holland, but it's wrapped around a steel frame also, another material that Noah didn't have access to back in the day. And we're just 2 months away from the opening of the Ark Experience here in the U.S., which features a life-size replica of Noah's Ark. This was built by Answers in Genesis, the creationist ministry run by Ken Ham. The Ark-themed park opens July 7th in Williamstown, Kentucky. That's about 40 miles south of Cincinnati. Scientists think they may have proved that free will is just an illusion, that we only think we're making choices as we live out our lives, but really our brains are just convincing us that we made a free choice from available options after the fact. The study, according to scientists, says our brain rewrites history when it makes a choice, changing our memories so that we think we wanted to do something before we did it. I'd go into more detail about the experiment and the scientists' conclusions, but frankly, either I can't get my head around this or this is stupid, and I think it's the latter. The experiments to test the theory that humans have no free will have been going on for about 30 years now, and to be honest with you, the experiments don't test what the scientists claim they test. They usually depend on subjects marking the exact moment at which they realized they wanted to do something, and then comparing that time against some sort of a response, a galvanic response in the skin or electrical activity in the brain, which is interpreted by the researchers as the real moment that the subject wanted to do something. There are a lot of leaps of logic involved in that chain before you actually get to the conclusion. But the belief among researchers, psychologists, philosophers, appears to be growing, and the implications of this are huge. If we have no free will, then we're not really responsible for what we do, the consequences of our actions. And that's a dangerous belief. You know, God didn't put us on this earth and then predestine some of us to disbelieve in his existence and then condemn those people to death. We have a free will choice to believe, not believe, to love or to hate, to help or to hurt. And further, this is becoming a goal for transhumanists as they try to determine how best to re-engineer humanity as they design Human 2.0. One of their goals, according to some transhumanists anyway, is to reclaim free will. Frankly, this is ludicrous. It's really no different than the belief that we may be living in a holographic simulation of reality instead of real reality. If we're living in a hologram, any evidence to the contrary would also be a simulation. So how would we know? And similarly, since the human brain has been fooling us into thinking that we've been making free will choices for thousands of years, if the transhumanists are by some chance able to create Humanity 2.0, how would they know they've succeeded? Hello, brain here. Yeah, that last choice, that was totally you. Yeah, trust me. The Rocky Mountain International Prophecy Conference coming up quickly, July 15th through the 17th. Now, the conference is itself sold out, but you can bring it to your home through live video streaming. It's available again this year. There are 3 options available. To find out, check out the website of our friends at prophecywatchers.com. By the way, I've been saying 32 speakers. I spoke incorrectly. There are 25 speakers at the conference, 32 messages. 32 presentations will be featured on the live video stream. So every speaker gets at least one shot, and those will all be archived for 6 weeks after the conference. Again, for more information and to sign up, log on to prophecywatchers.com. This week on SkyWatch TV, a fascinating discussion with one of our favorite guests, Steve Quayle, Gen 6 Productions, talking about his new documentary film, True Legends, The Unholy See. Now, of course, the Vatican is called the Holy See, and as you might guess, the film features the Vatican and an exploration of the evidence for its cover-up of pre-flood civilization. That program available this week, today, on the Victory Television Network. That's 8:30 p.m. tonight, Central Time, of course. Tomorrow, 4 different locations. Wednesday afternoon on the Cornerstone Television Network. And finally, Saturday on the Victory Television Network and Coast to Coast on the Christian Television Network. For a complete listing of times and places where you can watch SkyWatch TV, log on to skywatchtv.com and then click the link in the top menu bar that says Channel Listing. And of course, the program is available today on demand on the SkyWatch TV channel at Roku. If you have a Roku account and a Roku set-top box for your television, log on to your account online, search the channel store for SkyWatch TV and then add that to your account so you can watch SkyWatch TV and these daily updates, as well as Into the Multiverse, Sci Friday, and SkyWatch Women at your convenience. For instructions, log on to skywatchtv.com/Roku. And you can help SkyWatch TV propagate across the internet with the click of the mouse. Click like, click share, click subscribe at Facebook, Twitter, and of course, our official YouTube channel. And if you're curious about what I'm doing online, you'll find that here. My Twitter feed, Facebook page, and my website featuring my blog. My email address for your comments and questions, dgilbert@skywatchtv.com. Thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is SkyWatch TV.
Coming exclusively from SkyWatch TV for a very limited time starting May 31st, 2016. When you purchase the new book and final report from Tom Horn and Chris Putnam, The Final Roman Emperor, the Islamic Antichrist, and the Vatican's Last Crusade, you'll receive the largest giveaway of 2016, an unprecedented value of over $200 in free books, DVDs, audio files, and a data DVD library with tens of thousands of pages of ancient literature no longer available, as well as movies, WikiLeaks files the government does not want you to see, and more for your library or to give away as gifts. Included in this biggest giveaway of 2016 are Chris Putnam's full-length DVD presentation, Astrobiology and the Vatican ET Connection, the new 5-part SkyWatch TV special investigative report on the book, The Final Roman Emperor, plus 2 mystery books with a $40 value, and a data DVD library with thousands of pages of ancient literature, movies, and audio series for your library or to give away as gifts. And for the first several thousand customers while supplies last, you'll also receive Satan's Dirty Little Secret, the 2 demon spirits that all demons get their strength from. Satan, You Can't Have My Promises, the spiritual warfare guide to reclaim what's yours. What Happens When I Die, true stories of the afterlife and what they tell us about eternity. Becoming a Prayer Warrior, a guide to effective and powerful prayer. An unprecedented value of over $200 in never-before-offered free products. And the biggest giveaway of 2016, yours absolutely free when you purchase The Final Roman Emperor from SkyWatchTV.com for only $19.95 plus shipping, beginning May 31st. But be advised, this astonishing promotion is limited to first come, first serve while supplies last. So it's urgent, beginning May 31st, 2016. You place your order for the final book and biggest prediction yet in this 4-year investigation by internationally acclaimed best-selling authors Tom Horn and Chris Putnam. The Final Roman Emperor, the Islamic Antichrist, and the Vatican's Last Crusade for only $19.95 plus shipping. This offer is on a limited time basis and will end without notification. So be sure to visit SkyWatchTV.com to follow the updates in the countdown to the biggest giveaway of 2016. Order the new book by Tom Horn and Chris Putnam on May 31st to receive the unprecedented value of over $200 while supplies last. Free products limited to quantity on hand and may be replaced by products of equal value.